dream I know deep up my feelings for you.
Ahead of the September governorship election in Edo State, the Nigeria Labour Congress has hinted that there is move to settle the dispute between the gubernatorial candidate of Labour Party, Olumide Akpata, and Kenneth Imasubo, who contested against Akpata at the primaries. But guys, before we commence fully with this news, welcome back to Reality Latest Gist, your home of news and politics. Thank you all so much for joining us on today's news. If this is your first time of watching, kindly subscribe, like, comment, share, and also turn notification bell to get notified whenever we drop our video. To all our amazing subscribers, thank you all so much for joining us. To all our viewers, thank you all so much for joining us. So guys, let's proceed with the news. Ahead of the September governorship election in Edo State, the Nigeria Labour Congress has hinted that there is move to settle the dispute between the gubernatorial candidate of Labour Party, Olumide Akpata, and Kenneth Imasubo, who contested against Akpata at the primaries. The Nigeria Labour Congress, through their political commission, has accused the embattled national chairman of the party, Julius Abure, of being behind the crisis in Labour Party because of his alleged transactional businesses with party's tickets. The Labour movement, who recently passed vote of no confidence in the Abure-led National Working Committee, hinted that after the stakeholders meeting next week, they are going to resolve the leadership crisis and put in place a new National Working Committee. They will set up a committee that will investigate the alleged transactional businesses by Abure. You guys can recall that Barrister Imasubo had approached the court seeking the disqualification of Olumide Akpata, who is the Labour Party flag bearer in the forthcoming governorship election in Edo State. So speaking with Vanguard in Abuja, the chairman of the Nigeria Labour Congress Political Commission, Professor Theophilus Ndubuako, said that the consultation has been held with the Labour Party caucus in the National Assembly on putting in place the leadership of the party. So commenting on the court case against the party governorship candidate in Edo State, instituted by Barrister Imasubo, which may likely affect the chances of Labour Party in the September election, Prof. Ndubako said that something has been put in place to resolve the matter. So they are all aware there is already something set in motion to resolve the crisis, that all this were caused by Julius Abure transitional leadership, and so people are aggrieved because of the way he was acting, that they hope that the right man, that is Imasubo, matter will be resolved. When Ndubako was asked whether the crisis and the delay in setting up a proper leadership of the party will not affect the candidate in Edo State, Ndubako said it might, but the Labour Party in Edo State already has a candidate. So what they are looking at is, once they announce members of the executive, the committee will be set up to strengthen whatever is going on in Edo State. That the different committee may swing into action to whatever is going on in Edo State. That is why they are working strongly to make sure that everything is put in place before the governorship election that is coming up on September 21st, 2024. Ndubako was reminded that the youth leader in the state recently declared himself the chairman of the Labour Party, that is Julius Abure. Prof. Ndubako said that they expect all this confusion to continue until the stakeholders come up with the list of committee members and the leadership. So when they come up with something, they are hoping that everything will be clearer. They are also consulting generally. They have consulted the National Assembly caucus. They are also looking at what to do with Abure and all the fraudulent allegations against him and all the alleged illegality and maneuvering. They are planning to call another stakeholders meeting because it is the stakeholders that will nominate people who will now occupy those positions, committee and things like that. And then they will decide how to move on. So as it stands now, the political commission is not doing anything on their own. You guys can remember the other time they called on a stakeholder meeting and they now agree on certain things. So since that time, the stakeholders have been consulting. They have been identifying people who can do this or do that. So when they come next week, they will now tell the people they have identified who can do the job, and then they will now put them in place. Because the stakeholders are people that are followers that are spread across the country. My people, all this thing came up because Abure messed up. So it wasn't as if it is something that was on ground. The political commission was only dealing with the Nigerian workers who are politically sensitive and who didn't even belong to one party. But when they now found out that the party they registered for, the emancipation of Nigerian workers has now been corrupted. So they now started to see how they can get the guy to make him amend his ways. When he refused to amend his ways and started playing dangerous prank, that is why they have to call the stakeholders. They have been able to get them as much as they can. Maybe after the stakeholders meeting, there will be some committee that will now take over the issue of election and other things. The truth about this is that Abure is not interested in winning of the election by anybody under Labour Party. You guys can believe that. Ndubako have even said that they have evidence that Abure is not interested in anybody who has the ticket of Labour Party winning the election. That his interest is not in supporting anybody that has the ticket of anybody to win election. That all he wants to do is to do his transactional business, give out the tickets, but does not give any backing. So they are about asking Nigerians who have been scammed by Abure all over the country to send their petition to a subcommittee. That is how it's going to be formed by the stakeholders. And then the committee will then collate and then review all that had happened on that Julius Abure. When that comes up, you guys will now understand what Ndubako is saying. You will then understand why he's saying this, because a lot of things have been going on under Abure. He's not in support of Labour Party, but he's just there doing his transactional business. And many people have found out that this is what he's doing, because he's not giving the Labour Party flag bearer the backings. His own is just to issue the ticket and focus on his transactional business. So now they are setting up a committee that will look into that matter. And they are looking for a replacement. As it stands now, they don't want to continue with him because he has done a lot of things to Labour Party at large. Even during the time Peter Obi was contesting the presidential election, all the money, the free donation, because Peter Obi didn't pay a dime. People were donating freely to his campaign. So Abure has not been able to account for those money. So a lot of things have been going on in Labour Party. They've tried their best to make Abure amend his ways, but he has refused to amend his ways. Rather, he started playing dangerous prank, which is not healthy to the party as a leader. Because many people, looking at what Abure is doing, they might not contest for Labour Party again. The reason why Labour Party had that kind of group they had now, that kind of candidate, is because of Peter Obi. And the leader is messing it up. So they are trying their best to replace Abure immediately before the governorship election. So guys, I would like to know your thoughts, your contributions, your opinions are in the comment section. I would love to hear from you. Once again, thank you so much for staying to us. But if you haven't subscribed to our YouTube page yet, please do us a favor to like and subscribe and also share. Don't forget to turn on the notification bell to get notified whenever we drop our video, because I'm sure you don't want to miss out the trend and latest news happening on social media. To all amazing subscribers, thank you so much for joining us. On this note, we have come to the end of today's segment. Like your awareness, stay safe guys.